This airsoft helmet is much better than an opscore bump and an opscore carbon. Now, before you click off the video and call me a poor, at least hear me out. The amount of money that you would spend on these helmets versus this version, you can invest in pads, a new shroud, accessories, etc. A caveat with this video though, this is purely for opscore based helmets. I am not familiar with Team Wendy, so I cannot speak for those helmets at the moment. With a regular opscore bump, it'll cost you around $350 to $450 depending on where you look. Then you'll want to get some better pads, which will be another $100 or so, and if you want a metal shroud, it'll be another $100. Total being around $600. If you want to skip all of the helmet building and go straight for the nicer helmet, such as the opscore carbon, you are looking at around a minimum $800 depending on where you look. Versus if you go with the Airsoft rebrand, you're looking at around $300-ish for the full setup, including pads, a metal shroud, and the helmet. With this helmet, it has a super high cut fit versus the regular high cut with the normal opscore bump. This allows for better fitment of ear protection for people such as myself with larger heads and to adjust better with a larger variety of ear pro. It comes with an opscore spec, removable plastic 3-hole shroud, unlike the fixed plastic shroud of the opscore bump. It comes with replaceable pads of the same quality as the actual opscore, though just like opscore, the included pads are very mediocre. It comes with a dial retention system, slightly less quality than the opscore, but it is a very negligible amount. It adjusts by turning the dial on the back of the helmet to adjust how tight you want your helmet. You can also adjust the height of where the dial sits by adjusting the screws on the underside of the helmet and pushing the retention system where you want it to be. It comes with an adjustable and removable chin strap, so if you don't like it, you can still install a new one just like the real opscore. It comes with opscore spec arc rails, which means the rails can fit your 3M Peltor or Unity Air Pro mounts. It comes with adhesive Velcro to attach helmet lights, patches, etc. onto your helmet, though they are very minimal. Overall, it's pretty much identical to the opscore bump. With every rebrand, there will be some cons in comparison to the real deal, though in regards to the savings you are getting, they are very minor. Such as the included shroud absolutely sucks. For example, it will absolutely not fit a G24. I've tried forcing it, maneuvering it, etc. It will not fit. It is merely there for looks and to hold in the included screws so you can immediately replace it. For casual airsofters, it is there to simulate what a usual bump helmet would look like, or maybe hold a GoPro mount. There are no holes in the helmet to route wires. If you are like me and run an external battery pack, not having holes in the helmet is a bit annoying because it complicates the wire management. Sure, you could just run a helmet cover to hide everything, but it is still a bit of a downside for the usual bump helmet users. In my case, I ended up dremeling holes in it to replicate my usual bump helmet so I could better route my wires. It looks a bit tacky, yeah, but once the helmet is filled up with gear, it's not as noticeable. The included Velcro is pretty minimal. When I was inserting my aftermarket pads, I found that the included Velcro was very light and didn't catch the material as well. So I ended up getting some adhesive Velcro strips for like $10 on Amazon and used those instead. Ended up working out a lot better. In conclusion, my recommendations for the helmet is to get better pads, get a better shroud, add adhesive Velcro, and drill some holes into the helmet if you want to better route your wires. Once you do all of that, you have essentially the same setup as a regular opscore bump, but for a significantly cheaper price. At the end of the day, you are just accessorizing a piece of plastic, so there really isn't a reason as to why you need to pay a premium price when you will most likely just be scrapping everything on the helmet.